The mercenaries attack in the night. A sentient door requires help suffering from a sickness that's allowing demons to run amok in the hills. Let's find out what happens next in our Dragonbane solo play. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Sacred Art of Gaming. I am Sacred, and we are going to continue our solo play. And things are not looking good. And I believe this is episode 8. I was hoping to wrap this up within 8, but it's, as you can see, it's easy to spiral whenever you're playing solo, unless you really try to stay on track. But you also want to let it breathe a little bit, you know? The good news is we have an idea of like a weakness for the Manticore. I don't know if it's going to do double damage with those silver arrows or what. I feel like that'd be a good amount. That's a lot. That's a lot of damage. But the Manticore also does a lot of damage. We'll figure that out when we get to it. For now, we know there's Gorik's men. Something I'm curious is there's 4 of them. Is the dwarf with them this time? 5. Yes! So we'll say there's a total of 5 men in the camp. I feel like it's pretty likely. Get rid of this exhausted. I think he should have a boon on this. Does he actually hear everything that's going on? 15 or 12, yes. Yes, he does. So he gets up, grabs his bow immediately, looks over to Goat. Goat, who's still there doing his goat things. We're obviously going to make sure we're not going to use our silver arrows for this. But yeah, we're going to go right into sneaking. It is nighttime. That is a dragon! Sneaking! The dragon effect. Oh boy. 2. The action is performed faster than usual. Okay, so we'll say that he's able to sneak around and he's moving very quickly around this area as if he knows it well. It's just so dark that he's able to stay sneaky while moving throughout this area. Have they hurt? How many people have they hurt or killed? 1. Just 1. Just 1. Is that person Dowen, specifically to like draw him out? 3. No, it is not. Okay. So if it's not Dowen, that leads me to believe that it might be the person that was building the trap. So they're not killed, but they are hurt. Frostbite can actually hear them, you know, walking around, yelling, looking for people. He can specifically even hear the dwarf who's there. There's 5 of them, 1 of him. There are people that are present as well. And he's got the jump. He's got the jump, and he is an army of 1. So this is a sneaky situation for him. He's 6 and 7, but he gets to choose. They have 9. So he's gonna be going before them regardless. So he's actually going to try and identify who he thinks the most dangerous person amongst that group. And these are gonna be minions, so they have 12 HP. And he's going to, he's gonna have to use Twin Shot for sure. He's gonna use Twin Shot. That first shot, well, let's see if we even hit first. But he's aiming at that dude. We'll go with that. 18 and 5. That would certainly miss, because we definitely don't have anything 18. I would like to push. I would like to push 14. Just got it. All right, cool. And we will say that we are disheartened. Our longbow is a D12. We have our damage bonus dice. Yeah, I guess we gotta call it out first. I don't know if it makes sense because it's Twin Shot. I think there's a good chance that I kill him. I'm gonna aim at him, and then I'm just gonna Aim at whoever's closest to him. My God. So that's a 9. 4. One shot, one kill. And then next, 9. All right. So they only have 12 HP. One is dead. One is down to 3. All right, cool. And that was just one turn. He goes again, and whenever one guy drops, another one takes an arrow. There's like, huh, he's here. And these minions, yeah, they have no armor. And they're like, he's here. He's around here somewhere. And the one that just got hit, he immediately takes out a knife and he puts it to the person. We'll say it's a halfling. The halfling's throat. I feel like we have to twin shot again. Twin shot is too good not to be doing. Yeah, it really is. Another Bane, we're gonna aim at the guy with the knife, of course, right? Aim the shot, 18 and a dragon, you son of a bitch. We need to push that. He's scared. He is scared for his friend. Well, actually he's exhausted because they are keeping him up all night. Come on. 5 and 3, that's better. That is better. D12 and D4, he's gonna be toast. Yeah, he's toast. Goodbye, nerd. And then this will be the dwarf. And then he's gonna fire on the next one. Another one drops. Could have been better, 6. So they've lost almost half of them. Do they want to run? And a third one gets hit. I think it's possible. Let's see. They haven't even done anything yet. They thought they got... What am I doing? That's the wrong dice. 5. Yes! They do run. So yeah, these two are just like... They look to the dwarf and they're just like... There's nothing you can do to us. There's nothing you can do to us if we die here. And the dwarf is pissed. The dwarf is like, it's like, you idiots, get up. You do not run. You do not run. So now the dwarf actually nervously goes to the Manticore bear trap owner and he goes to pick up the knife and finishes what the dude that just got taken out, and he's like looking around trying to figure out like where the arrow even came from, and he's just he's being a bit of a coward, and he's trying to back himself up against like a tree or something or a nearby building, and he's like, Frostbite, it didn't have to be like this. It didn't have to be like this at all. We just needed to talk. I don't know why you decided to just attack us. It's, just come out. Come out. We know that you need him for the trap. And we're just looking for you. There's somebody who would like to have a conversation with you. And you just need to come back with me. You just need to come back with me, Frostbite. Frostbite he probably is going to reveal himself here, and we're still kind of in this, his turn, basically, the dwarf. And he comes out, and he's still got the bow. He looks at Trout. He's like, you were gonna hurt innocent people here in this encampment to get me. Why? Why have you been following me with these men? Why, you've been following me ever since you had me go talk to that damn mage. Is the dwarf gonna be truthful? 5, yes. The dwarf looks at me, he's like, hey, Frostbite, it was nothing against you personally, but that mage, I've seen him kill the first person that goes in there before, and it wasn't gonna be me. So it was kind of a win-win. You needed to see what was going on, and we needed to get rid of you. Really needed to get rid of you, you know? And Frostbite is just like, why? Why'd you need to get rid of me? And the dwarf's like, do you really not know? The Manticore, supposedly you're gonna know how to kill this Manticore, and if we can get rid of you, your father is too much of a coward to actually come out and deal with this Manticore. So as long as we deal with you, then old Lothar is gonna have his way with things through the power of that Manticore. It's still the dwarf's turn, but I feel like he's not really, yeah. He's not necessarily going to take an action yet. He's trying to survive. So, this is what's going to happen. Frostbite, you're going to let me leave, and you're going to come with me. And if you don't come with me, you can say goodbye to your Manticore trap. And Frostbite looks back at him, and he's trying to figure out what his move is here. And Frostbite looks back at him, let him go. I need you to let him go. And I'll do what you need, but I need you to not involve anybody else. I actually have something that I think you'll be quite interested in. But first you need to let me have a conversation. Give me 24 hours, Trout. How do we want to do this? Give me 24 hours. And he looks over to Dowen. She's gonna help me, and I'll tell you what, instead of her giving me something that's actually gonna help me kill this beast, I'll give it to you and you can use it for protection. Because I think you know this beast also isn't under full control by that mage. Does he buy it? Does he buy it? He's not a charismatic guy, but Dowen. Does Dowen kind of chime in, and does she roll with this? I feel like they're pretty good friends, so it's possible. And I'm just looking for help from others. Can help you succeed. This must be declared before you roll dice. May if it makes sense in the story. Helping you must be present. Okay, yeah. I think what this is saying, it's not super clear, but I think help is basically going to give you like advantage or a boon. Let's see. Is she picking up what he's putting down? Is she actually going to help? Extreme yes. All right, cool. I love that. So that actually sounds really good. All right, so with the boon. Oh, wait. But he's disheartened. It just cancels out. All right, so this is to see. Can he persuade him with his nonsense? Does not look good.
Holy shit. Okay.
So, Trout thinks for a moment. And he's a selfish little dwarf. And he's just kind of like, you know what? I like where your head's at, Frostbite. You always know how to make a deal. And I respect that about you. That's why I'm glad we pulled you in. I'll tell you what. You won't have until tomorrow. You'll have until noon. You get it to me by noon. And Frostbite kind of chimes in. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna meet you here. And he roughly describes the area where the plunging shaft is. And the dwarf's like, noon, don't forget. All right, so we got a lot of problems to deal with. So Frostbite immediately runs over to Dowen, and he looks to her, and he's like, please tell me you possess something ancient elven, please. I think it's likely that a big part of the reason that he goes to Dowen is because she actually has solid like tools. That's probably what he was thinking of. Like maybe her tools are ancient elven. We'll say that's likely. Extreme yes. All right. So, which I mean that kind of goes into the extreme yes from earlier, which is why I gave that one a double likely. So she looks over to her tools and she's like, yeah, I mean, this was passed on to me from, you know, this is my family's legacy, these tools. Frostbite just looks to her and he's like, this is how we're gonna shut that door. I don't know of another way that'll actually work long term. And she's kind of like, okay, well, I mean, we have worked together for a long time. I'm going to need your help to hurry up and finish the silver arrows, though, so that we can get them done in time for your meeting, so that you're gonna give this to the dwarf, I assume? And he kind of has a little bit of a grin on his face. Yeah, I am. He kind of has his furry little paws on the tools. Let's get to work. How helpful is he with the crafting? Probably not much. We'll see. 16. Yeah, not terribly helpful. So it's going to be quite the rush for her to get done, to the point that like he's gonna have to run. He's gonna have to run this over to that area once she's done with all 8 silver arrows. Is she able to complete all 8? 6. Extreme yes. Yeah, all right, great. Good for her. But yeah, now he's going to have to, and he's not doing great, to get an idea of his speed. We don't have athletics, obviously. We'll just do an agility roll to get an idea of like, is he able to actually like make it there in time? 11. He does. All right, cool. So he runs over. She's able to get them done, but as soon as that's done, he runs it over. They get over to the plunging shaft. Frostbite actually shows the tools to Trout, and he shows it to him and lets him know that this is ancient Elven, which this manticore is actually repelled by. So he does not have to worry about the manticore coming anywhere near him personally with that. Trout kind of looks at it, and as he's looking at it, I feel like this is almost like a sneak attack. I mean, come on, we all saw this coming. Frostbite takes this moment, and also I think it's likely that has the wood that he put on there, has it been removed? 3 and 4. Yes. So something has busted out of there. That's not great, but I mean, time has passed for sure. He is going to attempt to Spartan kick Trout the dwarf, into this plunging shaft. Sneakily, of course. 5. He does it. So he now possesses the elven piece, and he kicks him down, and you just hear Trout, "Ah, you son of a," and you just hear him, you hear the door from the bottom. He's like,
"Oh, hello there, stranger."
And the dwarf is like, "Ah!" And he's hurting. That's a 20-foot fall that he just fell down into that plunging shaft. As the door is talking to him,
"That is quite the fall that you just took. Are you here to help?"
And Frostbite, he leans down And Frostbite tells the door, he says, yeah, he has the, I don't know why, I can't just say it. Frostbite leans over and he's like, he has the cure for you. And the door says,
Oh, well.
and the dwarf is just so like, what are you even talking about? In good story fashion, I feel like the door is just gonna start. Let's ask the dice. Extreme yes. All right, so okay, so that's interesting. So that tells me that I feel like the demon might even be like trying to open the door, and the sentient door is trying to stay shut as it almost always does. But these demons are very strong, and all of a sudden the door just kind of opens a little bit, and you hear the dwarf at the bottom, and he's just kind of like, what in the blazes? Where did you send me, Frostbite? Where did you send me? And then the demon actually grabs the dwarf's leg and starts pulling him because it's just excited to just massacre something. And the dwarf tries like, no, Frostbite, and he gets pulled into the door. And as he gets pulled into the door, he still has the ancient elven Fletcher tools on him. Gets pulled in, and once that happens, the demon is just happy to have the dwarf on the other side, and he's like probably doing terrible, unspeakable things to that dwarf. But the door now takes that time to close shut, and then Frostbite can actually see like a magical outline of the sentient door almost like shoot up. So there's just a bright light that illuminates the whole plunging shaft now. And then all of a sudden it just kind of, and the light goes away. The sentient door says,
Hello? Stranger, is that you still up there?
Frostbite's like, yeah. You feeling better? And the door says,
Thank you, stranger. You've cured a sickness that I've been dealing with for quite some time.
Frostbite has now dealt with this issue and has also dealt with the mercenaries, which leaves one thing and one thing only for us to deal with, which is dealing with this manticore. I think going into this, I think we have earned a level up, in my humble of opinions, because we just dealt with quite a bit there. All right, level up time. We just have, looks like bushcraft and sneaking for the ones that we actually have marked. So we'll start with bushcraft. 17, that is over, that is what we want. Bushcraft is now a 15. Sneaking, oh, 20. One of the few times a demon is actually good. Sneaking is now 15. All right, and now we get to pick 5 per our solo rules. I think it's going to be very important that we give bows a shot, because I think it's obviously going to be very important for what we're about to do here. 2, no. We have 4 left. Also, our ticker here definitely has gone up. So we're kind of coming down to the wire here for an attack. All right, so that was bows. Bows, knives. Is there anything else that's going to really help us here? We haven't done any riding. What a shame. Hunting and fishing? Nope. 3 left. Evade. No. I don't think a dragon does anything for this. We're really striking out here. Beast lore. Yeah, beast lore. 17, there's one. And our last one will say knives. 18, sweet. All right, so we have just dealt with that situation. We do have our our Manticore Bear Trap, our 8 silver arrows, and we're going to be dealing with a Manticore with hoarding behavior in a mystical grove. To me, that kind of says the haunted marshlands, which kind of tracks. So we're going to be doing a little bit of travel off in that direction. So that's going to be quite a few of these guys, and that Manticore, like if we don't hurry up, it may end up attacking again. So our conclusion is coming up soon, hopefully in a session or two. Hope you enjoyed this solo play. If you're digging the content, maybe consider subscribing for more solo stuff in the near future. I am Sacred. This has been the Sacred Art of Gaming. Story first, play always. Beat it, nerds!